States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call order, roll call, starting on my right.
Councilperson Josh Arndt.
Mayor Jimmy John King.
Councilperson Craig Anderson.
Councilperson Jeremiah Holden.
Looking for approval of tonight's agenda.
Nothing additional from staff.
You guys up here want anything?
No.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Approval, we'll be looking for approval of council meeting minutes of January 28th, 2020.
This took a long time to review. Boy, there's a lot there. So I'll make a motion to approve.
We've got a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries. Next, we're going to finance and budget. We have accounts payable. We have the listing with the additional listing there. If we have questions, we can ask Finance Director Carla.
You gotta hit the power button to turn it on.
Oh, okay. Hey, that did work there.
Yeah, it's
If we have no questions or problems, looking for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? That also carries. Takes us into motions of general business. The first item under motions of general business is a conditional use permit for B&T Auto Sales. Planning Commission held a public hearing on February 4th to consider the conditional use permit for section 1345.04 sub G used car sales. The business is internet-based, and according to state law, these types of auto sales need storage capacity for 5 vehicles, public restrooms, and also have to have a designated office hours of 4 hours a week with office staff available for compliance inspections. Tom understands that he is not allowed to use any public parking lots for the storage of the vehicles and indicated that it would be a rare occasion that a vehicle would even be on site. Planning Commission is recommending approval of the request. Josh, you got anything to add to that?
No, he's gonna basically store them inside the warehouse part. So.
What building is it? I guess I was confused.
Stewie
It's
Star.
105. Which one?
Right
The
in
old
the corner.
Stewie Star building.
In this back garage area, warehouse.
And Nels's building there, right? That's what I
Yeah.
saw Nels's name in there too. Okay.
That was my question, was where is he gonna have the space to hold 5 cars, but I guess you answered
Yeah,
that.
that was the big question all of us.
So do you have to go over there and check, Cheryl, and say, "Oh, you got room for 5 cars"? I mean, technically,
I measured already.
you measured. What'd you measure for Fiats or what?
6 small cars. Yeah, probably 6.
That's
but
what you vote.
2 might have to be small.
So, planning and zoning was fine with it?
Yeah, the way it sounds is he's not doesn't plan on having them on site because it's all going to be internet sales. So they're going to buy them, and someone else will buy them pretty quick. So.
Okay.
Alright.
Looking for a motion to approve the conditional use permit for used car sales as requested.
I'll move to approve.
We have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any other questions or discussion?
You know, that just seems so weird that you can do this business. It's basically all online, and you line this guy up with this car, and they meet and get it. But the state requires you have to have an office open for 4 hours. What
So
gives
they
it
can
that?
come and do inspections.
Oh, for
They
Pete's sake!
still will
It just
inspect titles and everything.
such wasted government money. Anyhow,
I think he felt the same way.
how can you not?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. That takes us into capital equipment plan. Purchase of a John Deere 2020 capital equipment plan, replace 2014 mower. As per the approved 2020 capital equipment plan and the 2020 budget, this item is scheduled for replacement. The cost of the replacement of the mower has been estimated at $20,489.04. It is estimated that we will get $7,489.04 for the trade-in value with a net cost of $13,000. I hit the power button twice, Craig.
We received a bid from Podines that matches that state contract. We are recommending using our local dealership for this purchase.
Thank you.
There we go.
Attorney Assistant.
So Sean, you were dealing with them on this, right? So I do have a question here, and I don't know if we need to be nervous about Carla or not. Is it just coincidence that, the cost of the vehicle, $20,489.04, trade-in value $7,489.04? Is that because they need a nice round number for her to do the math on that?
Well, they've heard stories about her, so they wanted to make it easy.
I wasn't sure. Now I'm thinking, do we make the wrong hire? What's going on?
Look at the corresponding information. I went exactly off of the corresponding information.
I looked at it. I just had to laugh a little bit. I don't know if they're making a statement or what.
I know, I didn't even round it. I was thinking about it.
Probably easier for their books, not ours.
That's good to know.
Council action requested is to approve or deny the purchase of the 2020 John Deere zero-turn mower. Do we have a motion?
I'll move to approve it.
We have a second?
Second.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries. Fire department request. Authorization to bid on used aerial platform for the fire department. Stewartville Fire Department has been investigating opportunities to replace our aging ladder truck for the last 9 months. The Stewartville Fire Department Apparatus Committee found a suitable candidate to travel to Stewartville, Mississippi, correct?
Correct.
To inspect this truck in 2019, finding that would meet the needs of our community and department. Due to the delays in the construction of Starkville's replacement apparatus, the aerial platform has not been placed on auction. While waiting for the apparatus to be placed on auction, the Stewartville Fire Department Apparatus Committee continued to investigate other opportunities that may have existed for replacement of our aging ladder truck. In comparing the cost of similar vehicles in age, use, and options, the Stewartville Fire Department Apparatus Committee believes a maximum bid of $350,000 would be appropriate for the Starkville truck. Stewartville Fire Department Apparatus Committee has been notified that the Starkville, Mississippi apparatus will be placed on auction at the end of February. Council action requested authorize the Stewartville Fire Department Apparatus Committee to approval to place a sealed bid not to exceed $350,000 for the Starkville, Mississippi 2006 Pierce 100-foot aerial platform. Questions or discussion?
How much of an increase was that again from what we had previously?
I can't remember if you authorized 250 or 300.
All right.
I think we authorized 250 with 50 for add-ons. Or
Yep, fixes,
upgrade
Yeah.
or something like that.
Still
So-
relatively peanuts.
So in the fire chief talked to our apparatus committee. He is saying there's a couple of departments that have come and looked at it. During the 9 months that we've been waiting for it to come up on auction, they've looked at other apparatus about the same age, same equipment stuff. Now these are coming through dealers and they're between $450,000 and $550,000. So we're thinking because it's not going through a dealer, we should be able to be more economical to purchase with it.
Any other questions for Chief, Jeremiah?
Still cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like you were pondering something there. Josh?
No, I think sounds like a good deal.
It's coming directly out of our salary, so it'll be paid off in 16 years.
Yeah,
Depends on what the increase is in the salaries.
Be about 16 to 22 years to pay it off, I think.
we still might look at ways, if we're looking at that dump truck possibility this year or something, for some creative financing ways too. So we'll have enough to cover this if needed up front, but if in the end we do some financing with some other city equipment, we'll coordinate it, and that'll be presented back to you for formal approval.
That and I just went through the capital equipment and looking at the stuff for the fire department and what we have sitting there as well. So it is a feasible bid to do it that way.
Okay.
Motion, one way or the other, what do you want to do?
I'll make a motion to approve then.
We have a motion to authorize the $350,000. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Mayor, staff, and consultant reports. Mayor's report tonight. City of Stewartville would like to send their sympathy out to the families of Sandra Rodance, Brian Bailey, Harriet Menard, Alfred Hansen, Darlene Moe, Derek Weber, Keith Drury, Dan Mackin, and Cheryl Henderson. We'd also like to send a happy 90th birthday wishes out to Walter Sonny Podine. If you don't know Sonny, you see him driving around town as players once in a while. He drives all the way in from up on Ironwood Springs Annual Pancake Supper will be held from 4 to 7:30 on February 17th out at Ironwood Springs. The Pogs 2020 Fun Night will be held on February 22nd. The Club 26 tickets are now on sale. And for free tax assistance for low to moderate income families and farmers will be held on Thursdays at the Civic Center.
I didn't know farmers did taxes.
Contact United Way for an appointment. Check the Star out for more details on that. That's all I've got. Bill, City Administrator's report.
Reports in your packet. The only thing to add or have you make a decision on, our next regularly scheduled meeting, 25th, Tuesday, second Tuesday of the month, or fourth Tuesday of the month, is coinciding with the political caucuses here in Minnesota, and by law you can't have public meetings. So we're throwing out two options for you. One is just to move your regular meeting to Monday at 7, the day before, or come in after work in about the 5:30 neighborhood, 5:45, whatever, all of you can break away. And then we could meet till about 6:30. Right now there's...
About third option, skipping it.
And skipping it. Yeah, if you've only had a request for one item and the Girl Scouts want to make a presentation, so they had asked about the 25th, but they can schedule around. So it's that request we got from
Doesn't matter to me.
Brent gonna be gone is that when he's gone?
I think,
He's gone this next week.
I think he leaves this coming Sunday or something like that, or
That's what
Saturday
my
or something.
recollection is.
So you should be back.
He wouldn't want to miss that Girl Scout present.
Probably not. Whatever works best for you guys.
Whatever works for you guys.
Either of those days will work.
Should we just,
We're
how
allowed
about we
to
do
it
this?
earlier?
If that's the only item and they can maybe juggle around, it would only be the bill list probably. And then if you want to do one of your pre-approvals like we did at Christmas time, we can probably just cancel it. Unless an emergency item or something came up.
I'm not one to argue with the city administrator.
And then we'll have to let you know like on that Thursday before, so.
Sounds good.
So right now, we'll just call it off and reschedule the one presentation.
So do they need to approve for me tonight then?
Yeah, then at least give her authorization if these normal monthly bills would come in. And you'll still get a bill list on it, but it would be at the
That
fall.
works for me. You have to make a motion on that tonight, or how does that work?
You want a motion for that bill, or just say we're gonna do it?
We can just include it in your motion with the accounts payable to authorize at the end of the month to the next meeting.
Okay.
Perfect.
And then we don't need a motion to cancel. Just, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, sounds good.
We just have to do a notification to the public.
All right, we can go with that. You okay with
Richard,
that,
you and
Jeremiah?
Yeah, fine with me.
Jeremiah's good with that. Jack, you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Craig?
Yep.
I know it's gonna bother you. You're okay with it.
I don't hate these as
All right.
much as I make it look.
All right, that it, Bill?
That should do her, thank you.
Of course, they're gonna have to give some money.
Finance Director, Carla.
Bill and I need to kind of get together and look at some different things for the cash that we have sitting on hand that came due from the CDs, but we've been kind of been waiting. I know we kind of gave you the heads up on that for the last time. Looking at some different things between cash receipts and accounts receivable within some software things. Otherwise, all is well. So.
And that would just be the finance committee to meet
Yeah.
with us, so.
Just gotta get things put together.
Any questions for Carla? Guess not. Thank you, Carla.
You're welcome.
Public Works Director, Sean?
The one thing, the last snowfall, we had some issues with the people upset because they got parking tickets when we plowed both in the day on Sunday and at night. I did include the alert to go from 7 in the morning till 7 the next morning, which covered our tail, but I probably should have put 2 different alerts out so people didn't think we were done and coming back in. So we had a few phone calls about that. In the future, that's probably what I'll do. I won't have one long one. I'll put 2 separate ones out. Other things, since Jenna's not here, she's sick tonight. We've been working on the project for next year and working with the cemetery. And they have storm sewer that runs across theirs, and they would like to reroute that storm sewer. And we are looking at ways of rerouting and working with them doing that. They would pick up any additional cost that it takes to reroute that. So we would run a new easement and reroute that way. Just run it to another part of the lake. It's not changing it too much, but it allows them more burial sites and stuff like that on their lots in the future. So, but it would be at no additional cost to the city on that part of it. And then also we're going to be running underneath the hockey rink now. The storm sewer underneath there is not sized right and needs to be replaced, and is not in great shape under there either. So now the hockey rink is going to be affected by next year's CIP. And we're looking at options, what we're doing there. Kind of just filling in a little bit for Jenna since she's not here tonight.
You might add, Jeff Byers working with us, Jeremiah, so you know the park boards,
Yep.
a park rep is in on with us.
We are looking at to put the hockey rink back where it was, but we've always had issues with that hockey rink when it warms up because that storm, it's got a 36-inch storm sewer underneath it. So the warm air penetrates up there and thaws the hockey rink out quicker. So we're looking at insulating that pipe underneath the hockey rink and then lining it with clay on top to hopefully prevent such quick deterioration on our hockey rink when it warms up.
How's that, guys? Any other questions for Sean?
No.
Great job on the cleanup again. Thanks, guys.
What's that?
The streets, good job.
Oh, thanks. I was very happy with what they did this weekend. They were
I was too.
good timing.
All right, thanks, Sean. Your wastewater report's in the packet if you have any questions on that. No? City engineer's not here. Library director's not here. Fire chief is here. You got a report, chief?
The monthly report, I was sick yesterday, so I didn't get it done, but it'll be in your packet for the next time. Just 3 quick things. State Fire Marshal came down a week ago Monday, provided hazmat training to the department at no cost to the department. We've had some issues with the department, some of the members' social media. We do now have a social media policy that we'll be holding our members to, just so you guys are aware of that. It's part of our bylaws. And then we'll be working with Carla on our 2021 budget, which plays into our contracts for the townships next year. So getting that knocked out so we can get them a contract so they can deal with that in March before their annual meetings.
Any questions for the chief? Good luck on the truck down there, Vance.
Yeah, hopefully it works out.
All right, that takes us to committee commission board reports. First one up is Chamber of Commerce. We got the newsletter in there. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Any questions about that? EDA, HRA,
Meeting next week,
that's our
year-end review at Civic Center.
Yep. Finance,
Nothing, I already discussed it, so.
okay, that's been discussed. Library, he's not here. Park board,
Nothing.
nothing. Personnel, nothing at this time. Fine zoning,
First week in March, we have another meeting.
all right. Public safety, Jason, you got anything you wanna say?
Nothing to add to the report, unless you have questions. And I believe we cited 44 cars on the snow emergency past weekend, which is about twice as many as we did the previous snow emergency. So there was some confusion, it sounds like, because the deputies got some complaints as they were writing tickets out too. So.
Yeah, it's always confusing when it snows. Public Works, thank you, Jason.
Nothing.
Nothing, ready?
Minutes are in your packet, nothing additional to report.
Roll call.
Minutes are in your packet, and they continue on with the 2045 long-range comp plan work.
Stu 180, we got anything there?
Negative.
That's weird.
Transit Advisory Committee, Dan is here. I think he has a report for us tonight.
I get to put something in your bag.
Yes, you did.
Finally, I get to put something in there. So there's a couple minutes, meeting minutes in there. They do comment on their building. Their building's just really nice. They did a really nice job, and it's a nice place for us to have meetings, and they can do their maintenance on the buses and stuff, and it's a really nice building. They are getting some extra money with some grant money to improve their furnishings in their office and computers and stuff. But as far as Stewartville goes, we got a new bus last year, and we've been working for about 2 years trying to figure out the money, if we're gonna need to contribute, or if we're gonna need to contribute for the operations, and they're still in the works of giving us some sort of a figure, or what to plan for. They paid for that bus with some money that, when this transitioned over to SEMCAC, that they used the money that we had funded and given them. So we didn't have to pay for any capital on the bus. The next bus, everyone's expected to pay 20% of, and then state grant pays 80%. The next bus in 6 or 7 years, I may, as soon as I can get some information from them in the next couple of months, I may be coming to you to make a decision of whether you want to continue the service and contribute, say, $5,000 a year into a fund to pay for the capital improvement for the next bus 7 years down the road. But we'll stay in touch with that. Our numbers for 2019 were up just a little bit by about 100 of the ridership. We're close to 1,000 runs, which is still down to their figures of what they need to continue the service, but they are hopeful that the ridership will increase. And then the last page is a little information on the bus replacement for their services for the other communities. Any questions?
If we decide not to contribute when the time comes, that means we're done with the service then? I mean, or is that pretty much the answer to that?
If they require us to, and you make the decision that we decide not to, yes, the service will, and then the public will have to seek other venues for transportation.
Any other questions for Dan? Thank you again for continuing on this committee and doing that for us, Dan.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. All right, that takes us to communications. We've got something from the Salvation Army in there. Runway improvement. SEMLN minutes in there of October 30th. Bill and I went to that meeting. Was that wasn't.
No,
We didn't go
they're
there.
always quarter behind on their
Right,
minutes,
I was gonna
but
say.
yeah, it was at the end of January.
All right, I didn't go to that one. Bill went.
And on that runway thing, they're gonna be asking all the surrounding cities if we'll at least provide a letter of support to them. They're gonna put in bonding requests for some of that work, so. Yeah, I'll have to
Do
work.
public officials get free plane rides in? That'd work for you, wouldn't it?
I don't think so.
I don't know, wherever planes. All right, that takes us to the open mic. Open mic policy, if anybody wants to. City Council welcomes and encourages participation from community members. Please keep in mind that your comments must be pertinent to the city business and must adhere to the data privacy rules. No employee's name may be used. Please do not expect action from the council this evening regarding your concerns. We also request that your comments be limited to 4 minutes. Speakers be recognized only one time. At this time, we ask that anyone who would like to address the city council, please step up to the podium, state your name and address. I don't think anybody's gonna use it tonight.
Make Make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Adjourned.